I'm Mr. Mackin, and I'm here to share with you a course we're going to have at Kirkwood next year called Aerospace Engineering. If you've ever been interested in flight or in space travel, this could be the course for you. By the way, there's no prerequisite for this course. You can take it at any grade level, and it can be counted as either an elective for science or one for practical arts. We're going to start out the course by looking at the history of flight, and then we'll move on to how to fly an airplane. In fact, behind me is the Microsoft Flight Simulator that we'll be using. Once we've looked at how an airplane flies, we'll look at how they design these airplanes. You'll design your own wings and then put them in our own wind tunnel to see how they work. Once we've learned about airplanes, we're going to move on to astronautics, which is the study of rocketry and getting into space. So we'll be looking at rocket engines and rocket design, and we'll use another program called Rocket Modeler 2. We'll be looking at putting cameras on rockets. What kind of pictures can you take from that perspective once you've gotten up into the air? And we'll talk about getting into orbit and what it takes to get spacecraft into orbit. We'll then look at life sciences. What's it like to live in space? What are some of the effects of microgravity on the human body? And how do we find a way around some of those different effects? Next, we'll take a look at aerospace materials. There are many materials that have been designed to get us into space and to get us back safely. Some of these materials are even in your everyday life, and you wouldn't even know they came from the space program. We'll take a look at how these materials let astronauts do spacewalks, even in the very cold, airless environment of space. Next, we're going to take a look at systems engineering. We'll be designing and programming robots to do different things, just as you would if you were sending a mission to a remote planet like Mars or even further out into the solar system. So in this course, you'll be working in teams, you'll be presenting your information, solving problems just like an engineer would. And it'll give you a real taste of what it's like to be an aerospace engineer. So hopefully you'll join me and the rest of the students next year as we look into the course called Aerospace Engineering.